I look over and I can't believe my eyes. This big 23-inch spread, typical 12 point, 166-inch gross plus. He's on his knees, crawling through that thick edge to get in there. He turns and looks at us and stands up. When he did, I'm going, shoot, shoot. Ranuss is just buck fevered instantly. I could have almost spit on the buck. He wasn't 8-9 yards from us. And I'm going, shoot, shoot. The buck takes a few steps, moves, stops. His rack's still in all that heavy brush. It's dragging limbs with it. It's just an awesome sight. And I looked at him, and when I looked at him, I could see what was going on. He was just batty. His eyes were batting, and he was in and out of the scope trying to look at the deer with just a naked eye and wouldn't get in the scope and concentrate and make the shot. I knew immediately I was in trouble. He's buck fevered. I got to take over. And at that moment, I started reaching for the gun. The buck takes 2 huge leaps. Coos, just like these 20-yard leaps I've seen them do before so many times when they're in a fully aggressive state. That's what I thought the freak was doing when I first heard him. But he disappears on me, but I've got the gun now, and I stand up and start tippy-toeing over sideways trying to see him. I thought he held up when the noise stopped. It didn't. He didn't. He went on into the bigger live oak. I saw a buck in there blow, 8 point. Leap once, hit the dunes, and up them sand dunes and disappeared. That 8 point didn't want nothing to do with that buck. But the buck had stalled out. I did not know that. I could not see him. I was afraid he was gone. I was mad. What we would do when we'd fight when we were kids, we'd bite our lips like this. I'm gonna bop your ass in a minute. You know that I'm biting my lips. I wanted to punch him, you know. I'm like, man, that's gonna kill you for that. You know, he let that big deer get away. I was sick. And he's going, pointing. He could see him. I know you can get away with lateral movement. If a buck's there, don't never try to go forward. Go lateral. I started down on one knee and I started dragging myself sideways, and I got where I could see him. In a half sit-up position, I take the shot. I get on his shoulder, through brush, pop! I mean, this big, loudest bullet connection I've ever heard. I didn't understand that, but he dropped like a sack of shit, you know. And I mean, I went up to him, and there was a hole. There was 1 inch of hide on the front and back. And, you know, just the other day thinking of this, I thought I ought to read back through that story because there's a question in my mind. I caped him. I know that now. I thought back through it, and I go, yeah, I caped him anyway to see if I could salvage it later. But I got him half caped off, and the helicopter come back on us. I go, dive over him, cover him. And we held over the buck while the chopper comes right back over us. Well, Ranuss was just like, I'm glad we got him. I'm just glad we got him. So